This is a Den Hoven Voyager 50. It's a 50-foot boat. It's Dutch built. It's all aluminium. So it's a 6mm thick hull, 4mm thick on the superstructure and 8mm thick decks. It's a really solid boat. And it's designed to be a really comfortable boat for doing some serious cruising on. It's an interesting thing to have a look at. These guys have been building boats for about 25 years, but they only build, I think it's something like 2 or 3 a year. So it's small numbers, high quality, and a lot of thought that's gone into this one. So I'm going to take you on board and we're going to do the full tour. And we'll start right at the back here. There's a massive Lazarette in here. I will show you that when we come around and do the decks. Lift platform will take a Williams 345 tender, and we've got access then up on either side. That one's got a shower on that side, and we've got, as I say, access up either side of this. The shore power, which goes in, you can see the cable for it here and goes in here. There is another plug for that at the front, so if you're bowing, you can plug in to the front of the boat. That's a nice touch. And then Jack the Sack, who's sat there very upright today. Come on, Jack, relax. It's all right. Everything's cool. This seating area here, the table is on a height adjustable leg. You can drop that down and make that into sunbathing if you like. They've got these doors so they open right to the edges and it really links this through. But the idea of this boat is very much an all year round Northern European boat. So we've got things like underfloor heating. We've got things like double glazing all the way around here. Even the curved sections is double glazing, which is rather impressive. It's an oak interior. It's nice and light and bright. Oak flooring, oak woodwork, and again the height adjustable table here, which you can also then move around depending whether you're dining or whatever you want to do. It just slides around like this. Thusly. Over on this side there is storage, but also a TV that rises out from in here. This one's got the wine cooler on it. There's a fridge, the induction hob with the extractor built into it, which is rather nice, and the oven underneath, all electric of course, and a dishwasher in behind that one. Oh, that wasn't me. Bit more storage there. But it's a nice big galley, that one. As I say, it is a boat designed to be used and lived on, and I think it does that well. We've got drawers over on this side. I'm sure you know what a drawer looks like, but this kind of thing. So your crockery, any glasses can live in there. Cutlery in that one. And then your helm is here. Lift bolster on this one, so you can stand at the helm if you want to. Love this carbon fibre effect steering wheel. That's rather nice. And then we've got the multifunction screens across here. 3 of those. Obviously, as ever, you can set those up how you want. We've got them on navigation at the moment. We are at the top of the River Hamble, near Southampton at the moment. Engine instrumentation, but it is actually a dedicated Volvo Penta one here. In fact, there's 2 of them. Look at that. Let's push that, see what happens. There we go. And camera system as well. And engine controls, as I'm sure you've sussed out for yourself. Bow and stern thruster on this one, makes it nice and easy to manoeuvre. And then we've got the VHF radio over here. And this is quite interesting. This, of course, is a cupboard, but down here we've got things like a remote for the anchor winch. There's a remote docking station for the boat, which I'll show you. I've got it outside at the moment. There's a fast heating system that will heat the boat in about 5 minutes, and that one there is a remote control autopilot. So when she's underway, you can actually control from there wherever you are on the boat. That's rather nice. Let's close that back up again. More storage, of course. Oh no, that's engineering access in there. There we go, let's put that back. Fantastic, okay. Really good visibility with these wraparound windows, but we also have a big opening hatch up above as well. And these lines here are for these blinds that will slide across or slide away like so. But yeah, that really opens the boat out. Look at that. That is light and bright, isn't it? Terrific. Let's go and take a look at the lower deck. I mentioned it was Dutch built, and so of course even down here, phenomenal headroom because they're tall people. And it's a 3 cabin layout. The owner's cabin is in the bow, like so. And again, a lot of cupboard space. It is a boat designed to be used, so there's a lot of spaces to put things away. Nice central island bed. And they split off the shower and the sink on this side. That's rather nicely done, isn't it? I like the finishes in here. So that's kept open, but then the loo, which of course is where you'd want a bit more privacy, is in behind this door here. And then what they've done with this one is they've put this door in so that that can also be a day heads from the main passageway. All these portholes open, you can get a lot of air through here, and in fact this little extractor fan is running very, very gently but permanently. If you put your hand next to it, you can just feel the air moving, and it's just to keep the boat nice and dry, stop it getting condensation in there. Ideal. If we head back a little bit further, that's the door in to that heads, and then we've got two cabins back here. So this one with the two singles in fact they've both got two singles, obviously wardrobe, storage, that sort of thing. Same deal on this side. So they've definitely majored it on a really big owner's cabin, because of course a lot of people who buy in these might be a retired couple who want to spend a serious amount of time on board, so that's where your focus is, but you have got room for visitors. You know, your family wants to come and spend a few days with you, you've got the space for it. This is access to engineering areas, but look how thick the flooring is on here, and then that's down to bilges, plumbing and so forth. Good, let's press on back. We've got engines to look at. I want to show you that Lazarette area because it's brilliant. But that is a nice, open, livable space, isn't it? I like that. Let's take a wander around the deck and then we'll finish up with the engine space in that Lazarette. So we can come up here. Look how thick these rails are on here. It is properly solid, this one. That is the sliding roof. And while we're pointing this way, we've got the radar. There's a searchlight up on the top, nav lights, antenna, all of that is kept up there. And then if we come forward again, there is somewhere, oh, let's back up a little bit. Yeah, this is a rail that you can actually slide out into there, telescopic. And you see these little hooks here, they're for a side boarding ladder. I'll show you where that is. And then we've got fuel filler and waste outlet here on the side. There'll be another side as well. These little chaps are drains for the water, but it's all so chunky and solid, isn't it? It's lovely. It's a nice boat to walk around as well, actually, because it's wide side decks and it's all nice and level. You've got sunbathing up here on the bow, little seat up here right at the front as well. Again, these big solid cleats with the stainless steel surrounds around them. And then right up here there is fender storage, deck gear, anchor, locker is there as well, or anchor anchor winch, and then the anchor is actually through the bow. That's what I'm trying to spit out. And you can see here as well how much room there is for stuff. Splendid. There we are, that's the anchor, it actually sticks through the stem. Let's spin on around. It's nice, isn't it? Okay, back down this side. And then we can take a wander around here. And this will take us down to a very clean and well organised engine space. There we go, check this out. This is pretty clean, isn't it? But you can really get right around these engines. Look at this. How cool is that? Water pumps over there. That's the heating system. And then we've got chargers and inverters back here. In fact, there are batteries down underneath the floor here. Really big battery bank. And they've told me that this will run for up to 24 hours on battery alone. So you don't need to be running the generator all the time. There is one, but it's not necessary. And the alternators on these engines are upgraded so that when the engines are running, they will completely recharge those batteries in about 3 hours. The engines themselves, as you can see, are a pair of Volvo Penta D6 480s. They're a conventional shaft drive. They're given about 22 knots flat out, but she cruises 13 to 17 very comfortably. Or if you drop right back to 8 knots, you're using about 20 litres an hour. So that's giving you about 1,000 miles of range, which is rather impressive. You can see the gearboxes in the back of the engines here, and then the shafts going out and down underneath the checker plate over there. This is interesting. They've actually put a sight gauge on the fuel tank. So of course there are fuel gauges, but that's giving you a direct reading. You can see precisely here, for example, that we are on 2,100 litres. It goes right up to 2,800. So that is the tank across there. Got a Humphrey ride control unit on this one as well. And then these are the water intakes right up at the front. But that is a very get-atable engine space, isn't it? That's the generator over on that side, but as I say, it doesn't get troubled too much. And that is access through into the Lazarette, but I'm going to take you in a different way into there. Good. That's all very splendid. Let's go and drop that one back down. That's it. Now I want to show you this little device here, because this is the remote control for the boat. So this is controlling the bow thruster left and right, stern thruster left and right, engines forward and backward on both sides. And then this one back here is the control. There's a button for this as well you can use that's in the saloon, but we'll use this one to open the Lazarette. Perfect. So that will take us down. I'm just going to show you this as we go past. The Voyager range, this is the smallest one, but they go right up. This one here is a, hang on, 61, brilliant, thank you very much. But they go right up to 80 feet with these. Let's head on in. This is an intriguing little space in here. Again, it's very much speaking to the fact that owners of these are wanting to be able to spend serious amounts of time on them, go exploring. So they might want electric bikes, that kind of thing. And they've got space for it. It's a washing machine down here as well. That's the door that we saw through from the engine space. So you don't have to get this back up to get in here. Obviously this is the best way in. There's a extra fridge in here for a bit more cold storage capacity. That is the sideboarding ladder that we saw that hooks into those two little sockets that we saw. And again, it's all about accessibility, because if you look down here, you can see, well, first of all, you can see the aluminium construction of the boat. You can see how it's all put together there, but this is giving us direct access to rudder stocks. They're over here, autopilot, pump, all that kind of thing is again all nice and easy to reach. There we go. But this is a huge space down here, absolutely vast, really good, splendid. I think we've given that one a fairly comprehensive tour, haven't we? Let's come back out of there. There we go. And I am going to finish up. I think we'll give Jack the Sack the remote to play with. Can only go well. And we'll finish up on the bow. And there we have it. Massive thanks to Den Hoven for organising that tour. That's been a fascinating one to take a look at. Huge thanks as ever to you guys for watching it. Let me know what you think of that one in the comments. And we'll catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.